All right, hey, what's up, guys? Coach Mac, Play Fast Football. All right, today we're going to take a little bit of a look at some movement passes, and we're going to look at them off a wide zone. We've been talking a little bit about wide zone lately the last couple weeks. We're going back to running the wide zone play. The wide zone play has been very big in the NFL with the Titans winning 2 playoff games with Derrick Henry going nuts and what the 49ers are doing. So I think we're going to take a look at some movement passes off a wide zone and why you need to carry them and how simple they are, and maybe 1 or 2 wrinkles that you can use off of those movement passes. Remember to check out some of our sponsors, GameStrat, Sideline Replay System. We use in the description box below in this video. You will get a direct link that takes you to GameStrat's website. So if you're interested in highly reliable, highly affordable Sideline Replay System, click on that link. Takes you directly to GameStrat's website, so you can get your information directly from that link. Just Play Football is a diagram tool I use if I'm going to diagram any plays. It's the only play drawing tool that I use, so make sure you check out Just Play Football. Difference USA, the ultimate striking machine. Get your hands on, thumbs up, elbows in, work on striking. Don't need a partner, don't need a med ball, don't need anybody holding a bag. Goes right onto your weight room racks, all right, and right on your squat racks in the weight room. So get thousands of reps striking and understanding how to strike, where to place your hands, what to do with your elbows, how to roll your hips. Get thousands of reps in the off season working on striking without needing a partner. Max 1, which is streamlines organization, communication, workouts, everything into kind of all under one heading, where the head coach can make things a lot easier on himself by streamlining all those things. You can get your schedules, your workout schedules, your practice schedules. You can communicate with your kids if there's any changes. Have all your organization there. You can even put your workouts on there if anybody goes out of town, or if they need their home and they can't get to do a workout and they ask you what the workout is, you can have the workouts on there that they can pull up. So it's really a good app for head coaches looking to take everything and streamline it all under one umbrella with your organization, communication, workouts. Great system. Check out Max 1. All right, so we're going to take a look at some movement passes off of wide zone, because wide zone has become one of the more prevalent plays in the NFL right now with the teams that are winning a lot. They're running a lot of wide zone, doing a great job, running it out of a lot of different looks, running it with some different personnel groups. So I'm going to take a look at how we would run it with our personnel groups and what we like to use in high school, and how we can wrinkle it a little bit to get some different looks. But the bottom line is, a wide zone is a play where the quarterback, whether he's under center or in the shotgun, it'll be some type of pistol deal where most of the time to run an effective wide zone play, the quarterback is going to have to turn his back to make a handoff to be able to get the stretch, all right, where it needs to be. So if we were going to show you wide zone weak here, all right, or you can consider this strong because it's towards the hip tight end or the 2-back sniffer, but it's away from the 2-receiver side. So if we were going to look at this wide zone here, we would push this somewhere near where that ghost tight end is. So the aiming point would be pushed somewhere out there, which means the quarterback, when he gets his snap, really has to run and reach, all right, to get this ball out here. And now, in order to do that, he's got to turn his back, and in order for us to get the timing right, the way this stretch action has to happen, we like the back being in the pistol. We don't like the back sidecar coming across the quarterback's face because we don't think it times up well with the O-line. So we like him in the pistol, which means the quarterback's going to have to turn his back to hand the ball off. So now that we're getting this action, these boots, all right, become a prevalent part of your movement scheme, because you are literally having to turn your back, all right, for the ball exchange. So now, instead of RPOs being such a big deal like they were to us last year, where we're going to take the ball and mesh in some sort of fashion like this, all right, where we're going to be facing our read and we can pull and make a throw. Well, now on wide zone, I'm turning my back, so I'm going to lose a lot of my RPOs, so I've got to gain some movement passes, okay? So, you know, the simple thing about movement passes is it's real easy. You just turn it into a flood concept on the outside, try and get a guy deep, a guy in the median, a guy in the flat, and then try, if you can, to bring a route, all right, from across the backside, and you're good to go as long as you get those combinations. You're going to sell hard run up front. Normally when you're running boots, you're looking at the backside end, seeing if he's honoring the quarterback or not. If he's not honoring the quarterback, you're going to get that quarterback out on the boot. I do not like to pull people when I run our naked stuff. I do not like to pull anybody. I run all nakeds, because when you pull, I think it affects the blocking scheme. We want to be selling the wide zone. We want to be selling the hard action of the wide zone by the back and the O-line. I don't want anybody out in front of the quarterback. Now the fullback's going in front, but he's going to the flat over here. I don't want a puller out in front because that might get linebackers to stop and rock and go with the puller. I want that quarterback to be out there by himself, so we go naked off the fake and we don't bring an escort with the quarterback. Okay, so one of the other ways you can do it is at a 3-by-1. I think the great thing about the wide zone play is it is not formationally dependent. All right, so you can get into a, or even a heavy 2-back set, even with that fullback in the core. All right, you can get yourself into a squeeze set there. All right, you can get yourself into a squeeze set there where you're working, all right, HYZ, okay, and now you can get yourself into a situation, all right, where you can go ahead and show the wide zone to the weak side. All right, so let's say that you're using these squeeze sets or whatever you're doing, all right, and maybe you are getting, I'll draw it up, not from a squeeze set first, just so I can show you and maybe you're starting to get teams that are playing a heavy 3 buzz where they're bringing the safety down because you've got that sniffer or that Y off in a position where it may be, all right, a trip set over there, and they're worried about an extra gap, especially if it was a Y off scenario. You might get a scenario where you're getting some rolled 3 deep. If you're getting rolled 3 deep, you may want to be running some wide zone weak. All right. I'm going to draw this up as a squeeze set, and then again, I'm not going to draw it necessarily as, I'm going to draw this as a squeeze set just so you can see, all right, the multitude of options that you have when you're running this as a squeeze theory. All right, so now what we're going to get is we're going to go wide zone weak. So we're going to go wide zone weak here. So we're going to sell wide zone weak again. All right, and we're going to sell that wide zone weak up front, okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to chip, all right, we're going to chip the fullback to make it look like we were possibly trying to kick that backside end, but we're going to have our helmet outside, and then just to make it interesting from the squeeze set, we're going to rub, so I'm going to take this Y and he's going to run the outside part, I'm going to take this Z off the rub and I'm going to burst him up to run the outcut. I'm still going to bring that backside X across, and then off the chip, okay, off the chip, I'm going to release, all right, off of the chip, I'm going to release that H-back late. So we're going to chip, and then we're going to release late into the pattern, and we're going to run a little rub here where we get number 2 running the mandatory outside release here. The intermediate route becomes the burst outcut there. The flat route is the chip, all right, and the delay route to the flat off the chip seal block, and then there's your over route there. All right, so now out of that 3-by-1 squeeze set, now you're getting it a little bit different way, but the bottom line is we're setting up some sort of flood action. All right, we're setting up some sort of flood action. The other way you can do it to protect it, all right, is possibly out of that same squeeze type look, all right, or even if it's not, even if it's out of a regular set, and we put this H over here, all right, so we put that back over there weak, and now what we're going to do is we're going to run a boot, but then we're going to set, all right, a lot of the NFL guys call it keeper stuff or whatever. To me, it's like it's a boot turned into a half roll, and you're going to set your feet. So now what we're going to do, all right, is we are going to sell the wide zone this way. We're going to keep the H in protection. He's not going anywhere, so we're going to sell this wide zone. Quarterback is going to start to boot, but then he's going to set his feet in the pocket. All right, so what we're going to do now, okay, is we are going to still run mandatory outside release. We're going to take the Y and we're going to run him across as if he was running the drag on the boot away from him. He's going to put his foot in the ground and he's going to go back over the top. We're going to take the tail back after his fake and we're going to leak him into the flat. Okay, and then we're still going to work the post route. But now what we're going to do is we're going to show boot to the left, but we're going to set our feet up and run the boot concept back the other way and still end up with deep, intermediate, flat, and crossing route there. So now we're setting it up to make it look like boot left, but then we're actually going to set our feet and we're going to throw the boot concept back to the right. So now when this Y starts to drag, everybody on this side is getting ready to play that drag. Everybody on that side is getting out over the top, and then all of a sudden he puts that foot in the ground and he runs it back. And then now we're going to use the tailback in the route because we need him, all right, to be that player in the flat to give us that flood concept, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if you're a team that runs wide zone, if you're a team that is going to carry it, I think you need to carry movement passes. Movement passes are great in high school anyways because it gives your quarterback, who's usually a pretty good athlete, a chance to run the football, gives him a chance to get outside the pocket and feel more comfortable making throws. You're giving him easy throws to make. You're giving him, all right, intermediate out cuts and flat cuts there. If he gets pulled up or traffic on the front side, he can always turn back and look at that. If you get a matchup that you like on the outside, when he turns the corner, if that's open, you can always peek the deep ball. But flood concepts are easy to read. They're easy to run. Get your quarterback out on the move. You change the launch point. And if you're going to be a wide zone team, I think you need to be a movement, action, bootleg, waggle, naked team because we are not going to run our wide zones from in front of the quarterback's face like this, which means RPOs are going to be taken out of the equation within the wide zone. Our RPOs are all going to come off of inside zone. So now off of our wide zone where the quarterback is turning, all right, to hand the ball, now we're going to need action passes and movement passes to help protect our wide zone play. So if you watch any of the NFL stuff, you watch a lot of the Niners, you watch the Chiefs, all right, you watch some of the Ravens stuff, and everybody's doing it. The more agile, mobile quarterbacks make it a little bit better. But you've seen a lot of movement stuff off of wide zone. Wide zone's a great run scheme. It's becoming prevalent in the NFL again. All right, dominant run scheme, and now they are protecting it with formations, motions, wrinkles, and then the boots or the nakeds and the keepers and the throwbacks and the hide plays and the slip screens. So a lot of great stuff going on with movement passes. All right, I hope this video helps you guys out understanding a little bit more about movement passes. All right, also remember you check out some of our other sponsors, Defensive Coordinator 1, all right, which is an in-game app that allows you to make critical in-game adjustments based on the data that's actually happening live in the game. All right, so you got somebody upstairs charting the data. It's going right in. You know right away what you called, what they called. You're matching it up, trying to make good adjustments. Dome Hats, which is a major sponsor of Play Fast Football, they'll be at our clinic providing the lunch next Saturday, January 24th. They'll be providing the lunch for everybody in attendance. Make sure you check out Dome Hats, www.domeheadwear.co. Great company, custom online hat builder. Quality custom beanies, hats, visors. They do a really good job. Great customer service, friendly people. They'll be at the clinic next week, so make sure you come and check them out. All right, as always, guys, I appreciate everything you do. 7 years in the making now. Trying to get it bigger and better than ever. All right, trying to move on with what we're doing to make it better and as good as possible on the site. Make sure you subscribe, click the notifications bell. Make sure you turn the bell on so you know every time we do a video. Thumbs up, thumbs down lets us know what we're doing well, what you'd like to see, what you want to change. All right, and then comments. I get back to every comment that makes it through to the site that gets published. I get back to it. That's how we interact. That's how we learn what our fans want and whether or not you like the videos. All right, guys, I appreciate everything you've done for me. Remember, you won't play well till you play fast. See you next time.